So the Cataclysm map holds quite a number of secrets that are very easy to miss. Some of these can be hiding in plain sight, while others might require a bit more commitment to find and solve, but all of them will reward you a ton of score points as well as counting towards many achievements with some pretty awesome rewards. That is why today I'm going to go over some of the best secret areas and events you can find in the Cataclysm event map, and I've also posted a link down below for a map that contains all of these bonus and secret content events if you want a better look. But before jumping in with the guide, I got to give my friends over at Instant Gaming a big shout out for sponsoring this video. Instant Gaming is a website where you can get games at some of the best prices you can find around. I've provided a neat little link down below you can follow to get up to 70% discount on most of the games in there, so make sure you check it out, and you will also support this channel in the process as well. Now, one of the first things you might have seen when playing the Cataclysm are these strange spherical devices with 3 echo chambers surrounding them. These are in fact sphere caches, and they provide a ton of score points as well as regenerating your resistance bar. There are 3 such sphere caches in the current map, and the first one can be found by the lake in the approach region between the first and the second arena. The second one is right outside Castle Calcrick in the New Dawn region, while the third one can be found close to Diana's Landing event on the beach in the Dominion Foothold region. To open these ones up, you will need 3 echoes that always spawn in the sphere's vicinity. You just need to keep your eyes open for them. For the first sphere, one of its echoes is always going to be at the top of the archway leading towards the Brittaheim event. It's pretty far high up if you're coming from the lake region, but if you're coming from the event itself, you're always going to see the echo over there at the top, so you really cannot miss it. The second echo has 2 possible spawn points, either slightly to the right as you come down from the first one, either to the north on a cliff edge. The third one again has 2 possible spawn points, underwater right next to the sphere or on the cliff wall next to it on the left side. The best way to see these last 2 echoes is to go inside the nearby stability bubble, as it will make them much easier to spot. Once it's done, grab them, proceed to the place, then inside the device just place these, and you will be rewarded with 4 bonus orbs and additional points for solving this puzzle. The second sphere is directly west to the Eye of Magnus area, and you can even reach it directly with a teleporter right outside of the arena behind that rock formation, or after exiting, for example, Calcrick Castle and going slightly to the left. The sphere device here is going to be located in the body of shallow water, while the echoes might spawn all around it. Specifically, one can spawn in the middle section of the broken alien structure in the archway area, so you can definitely see it over there from the spawn point. Another one can spawn right next to the topmost tree, right next to the other echo, so again, really easy to spot if you're looking for it. And there are a couple more locations, including of course the eastern wall next to the beach. It's really far up, so you will need to get closer to it because the fog kinda makes it impossible to see from that point, and also it kinda doesn't render until you get a little bit closer to it. Also, another place you should check is underneath the cliff where the teleporter in the area is located, so just go under the teleporter and you will see a small little archway again, or a hole, whatever you wanna call it, and there is going to be the echo itself, the third echo. You can get it and put it in the device, and again you will get the same rewards as the previous device. Finally, the third sphere cache is located by the beach in the Dominion Foothold area, right outside of the 5th arena. One of the echoes can typically be found right behind the sphere itself, right by some boxes. The wall towards the north is also a spawn point for multiple echoes, including one behind this giant rock formation, so you will have to most of the times go behind it and check the wall around, because it's definitely going to be there at some point, and you kind of need to get close to it again as it doesn't render from that distance. From there, there's this alien structure to the west that can also spawn echoes, either in its very middle section, as you can see over here me pointing to it, or on the cliff behind it. Finally, there's also this island in the back, and this one can also spawn an echo in the small cave at the top of the rock itself. They are all within flight distance, so it shouldn't take too long for you to take all of these up and finish the objective to get some really sweet points. The next secret area and bonus event is the Dominion Vault, which has probably some of the best rewards in terms of points for the Cataclysm map. Of course, this one is very close to the third sphere cache I was talking about earlier, and there's this Dominion vault very close by on the path away towards the Sea of Takaro event. You can even see the vault by its huge circular door inside the mountain on the right side of the road. To access it, you need 3 relics you can find nearby, and then you need to place these 3 relics on the 3 pillars just outside of the door itself. The first 2 relics are directly west of the door near the water, like pretty much in front of it if you look from the relic to the door. More specific, one is going to be sitting on a rock right next to the water area, and the second one is at the top of the same rock formation, very close to some plants. You kinda need to keep your eyes peeled to see it, because at night it might blend in a little bit with the vegetation. The third one is on the other side of the mountain range, close to where you came from, and there's only one little, well, rock close to the main road, with the relic sitting on a bunch of other rocks on the ground, again blending in, so you kind of have to pay attention to it. You can even take this third one, which is actually the first relic, on your way towards the vault to make better use of your time. Once all 3 relics are placed on their respective pillars, the vault door will activate, and you will be rewarded tons of points that can further benefit from your current multiplier. So definitely some of the best point making I have seen so far from all of the secrets in the Cataclysm area. The Gravatt King's secret lair is another more complicated event, though it's the last one of the more complicated secrets you can find in the Cataclysm area. To activate it, you do this just south of the Dominion foothold region, outside of the Calcreek Castle, and if you keep your eyes peeled, you will even see a rather large blue crystal sitting on the edge of a cliff right next to the sea area. On the right side of it, underwater, there's the doorway towards the Gravatt King's lair, but the door is pretty much locked and requires activating some pressure plates to open up. To start up the event, you first need to activate an alien device near the beach, still inside the body of water, so just go a little bit further up north from the actual door itself. Once that is done, you can now use the 3 pressure plates that can be found next to the 3 big statues on the side of the castle itself. The first one is right beneath the big statue in the front. You cannot miss this one if you're going back, and you only need to step on it once to activate it, indicated by the green button that lights up. The second one is to its left at the same level with the button inside of the back room, so pay attention to it. Again, you cannot miss it because it's pretty obvious. The third one is a little bit more complicated, as it's located at the base of the mountain, also covered by a crystal that needs to be destroyed. The best way to destroy it is to grab a bomb inside the room that is behind the first statue that you have activated. So grab it, jump down, place it on the crystal, and let it detonate or shoot it to have it destroyed faster. Activating the third pressure plate will activate the door, so you can go back to the area underwater, as it's now pretty much unlocked. Once in there, you will see that it's now opened. There's a teleportation device inside of it, so make use of it, and you will be transported inside an underground lair filled with Gravats. Your goal here, of course, is to kill as many of these Gravats as possible, as they will drop purple orbs that also reward you a ton of points, and if you do it fast enough, you will also kill the Gravatt King, or at the very least, you will be provided a ton more points on the other side of the room. Again, you cannot skip it, it's marked with the green thingy on the ground, pretty much pulsating or at least emitting light, and it gives you a ton of points, as I was saying. Also use the pressure plate at the top of the main area to activate the bonus statue orb that you can find inside of it. You're probably going to see a question mark at first, so the pressure plate is going to be at the top. Pretty hard to miss if you're paying attention. The final one I'll cover in this video is the beach relic that you can find next to the first sphere cache right after completing the first arena. You can even complete these at the same time with the sphere cache, as a matter of fact, to better make use of your time as well as getting more points in the process. The beach relic can be found on the eastern side of the lake, and it's visible from quite far away thanks to its green mark. To activate it, you will need a relic that is situated directly north of it, still on the beach side right past the sphere cache in the same area. So go ahead over there, grab it from the nearby branches and quickly travel back to the relic location, and once you place it in, you will be rewarded with the points as well as having your cataclysm resistance pretty much resetted. Outside of these, there are tons of crystals you can blow up to take up the orbs inside. The same goes with statues with pressure plates, random orbs scattered all over the map, and even runes meant to extend your timer, which is really awesome and very useful. Some of these I've already included in one of the routes I've been using, and many of you might have seen it in the live streams I've been doing, but there are tons more of these throughout the map that you can encounter on your way between the events, so you kinda have to make your strategy and keep an eye out for everything that is over there, maybe even do a few test rounds and then can come up with your own routes, but I'm going to be posting mine as well in the near future. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, a thumbs up on it would be super appreciated. Also subscribe for more and activate the notification bell, and I will see you guys later.